What's up, chums? Sharky here, and welcome back to the Shark Bites podcast.
Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about fandoms, but first, let's do some small talk.
So what's new with you?
Um,
Good talk.
I went to the pool today because it's 100 degrees outside.
Ugh.
I had a nice time. Nobody was down there. I was all by myself. It was quiet. It was peaceful. I enjoyed it.
Is it fall yet?
I know, right? Fall is my favorite season.
Winter's mine.
What else have I been up to? Not much, honestly. I had to fill out. I know I talk about this every freaking episode, but I had to fill out another set of documents for my new job. It has literally been back
More?
to back to back. Yes, paperwork. I'm like, I'm done. I'm
Are
done
you
with
working
this.
for like the CIA or something?
That's exactly what my boss at my current job said. She asked me. She was like, "Are you working for like a top secret agency or something?" I'm like, "No, it's literally just like property management. It's not even like super
That?
complicated."
You sure the property management isn't just a front?
Well, I guess I'll find out when I get there.
Have you accidentally gotten hired into the mafia?
Maybe. I don't know. um
Oh,
I start Monday though, and I'm really excited. I'm so ready to leave my old job. It gets harder every day to get up and go to that job. I
I
just
just struggle getting up in the morning.
Oh my gosh. I won't have to get up as early for my new job. It starts at 8
Hmm.
and
How early do you have to get up?
currently I get up at like 6:15
Ew.
cuz I usually try to get there at 7 so I can leave early. Cuz if I get there at 7, I can leave at like 3 o'clock and not have to stay till 4. Cuz
Gotta find the loopholes.
traffic is nuts at 4 to 4:30. Actually, more like 4 to 7 o'clock is just crazy busy on the highway and stuff. So yeah, but I'm excited. I'm ready to leave and move on, and I'm gonna be able to afford a lot more things soon,
Good,
including
you can start buying my 3D printer stuff.
including yeah, I know I still need to pay you for the shark pencil holder.
Mm-hmm.
Um I'm gonna be able to come to GFM more often with this job.
Nice.
Like I could fly to come see you guys more often and have more fun more often. So
Fun, what's that?
I haven't had fun since 1992. Anyway, how have you been lately?
I got my tattoo.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I like it.
I love it.
I don't know why I thought like it was going to be completely colored in. You might have mentioned that it wasn't going to be, but I just forgot.
Now, just the characters.
That should make your healing time a lot quicker,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the
too.
rest of it, it's healing up great. It's just waiting on Sun and Moon themselves to heal.
Yeah. Anything else going on with you?
My dog escaped her kennel today.
Mm.
Surprisingly enough, she did not hurt herself.
Well, that's good.
Oh, I got some colored lead for my pencils.
Colored lead. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. So you know how when you have mechanical pencils, you got the lead you put in?
Oh, yeah.
This is colored.
You
and it's
can.
erasable.
That exists.
You're the second person that said that.
Well,
But I
I knew that they have like colored drawing pencils like that you can buy at Hobby Lobby and stuff, but I didn't know you could get lead specifically to
mhm,
put in
I got a
mechanical
pack of
pencils.
8 different colors.
Nice.
But only each color comes with like 10,
Mhm.
and it's a learning curve because they actually break really easily. So I've almost gone through all my soft blues.
Yeah. Is it a 7 millimeter?
Mhm,
Okay. Yeah, those do break easily, but
But if you're wanting some, I can shoot you the link later.
I just don't know what I would use it for.
It makes the sketches look so much better.
Well, it's probably lighter, so you don't have to erase like dark lines and stuff.
And it forces you to not be as heavy handed.
Mm.
Because I'm very bad about that.
Because otherwise it breaks.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, I don't really do traditional much anymore. I don't know if I'd use it. But anyways, let's start talking about our topic, fandoms.
Oh boy. Fandoms.
I guess we should address the elephant in the room.
What elephant?
When did you join the furry fandom?
Uh,
Because I think we did about the same time, like officially,
when did we meet again?
2017.
So about that year, if not 2016.
So we've been in the furry fandom for about, how many years is that? 2017, 2018, 2020, about
Like
6 years.
about 5, 6 years.
Damn, that went by quick. I can't believe it's already been that long. Jeez.
I feel old.
Yeah, cuz I was still at SIU when I joined the fandom, and my first con was GFM 2018, I think.
See, mine was the 2019, and that's the only one I've been to.
The first one was interesting cuz it was just me and Ree that went. Um and I almost got sick actually, or I did get sick. We almost had to leave because I wasn't sure I was going to pull through.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. We got some coupons for the hotel breakfast. I think I've talked about
Oh
this before.
no.
So you have to pay for the breakfast. It's not free at
That's stupid.
GFM. I know. But so they gave us coupons instead, and we tried it. We went down for breakfast one morning, and I think I got like, I don't usually eat eggs, so I got like some sausage and like other stuff. I don't really eat meat now, but I did then. So I had like sausage and toast and like some yogurt and something. And I felt fine when I was eating it, but then like probably like a hour later, we went up to the hotel room and I started feeling like ill. So I don't know if maybe things weren't cooked properly or like they weren't heated enough when they were sitting out, you know?
Or they were just that level of janky.
Cuz I swear like I have had food poisoning multiple times before.
And it's never fun.
It's always hotel breakfast.
Then stop eating hotel
I
breakfast.
never learn. I've literally gotten food poisoning 3 times from hotel breakfast. So if you're listening to this, if you're gonna eat hotel breakfast at a furry convention or wherever,
Don't.
well,
Don't.
don't eat the hot stuff or the stuff that's supposed to be hot, like eggs and bacon and sausage and stuff, because they don't keep it warm enough to kill germs. They just leave it sitting out for like hours and hours.
But then again, you don't know. Like you said, there was yogurt. That yogurt could have reached temperature that it wasn't supposed to, but
That's
then
true.
thrown back into a fridge.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
ain't gonna
Just
know.
just tread carefully. That's what I'm trying to say.
Only eat hotel breakfast at a well-rated, not sketchy hotel.
Yeah, I don't remember like um the first time it happened. I forgot the name of the hotel. It was like American something. I don't remember.
Well, we probably don't want to say it.
I don't know. They usually have like a very poor rating though wherever I go. But anyways, yeah, be careful with hotel breakfast. um but yeah, furry conventions, I've kind of stopped going to like meets and stuff just cuz I don't really like some of the people that are in this community.
Yeah, I've kind of lost some of my faith in humanity with fandoms in general.
Yeah, honestly, I don't blame you.
Well, I
Um
mean, just doing fan art and stuff and having usually probably 12-year-olds or those adults who act like 12-year-olds.
mhm. I wouldn't
And you
I wouldn't say I'm like dedicated to any one fandom.
Yeah, I'm not to any one fandom, but still, just those ones where and you know the comments I'm talking about
Mhm.
when you post art. Either they're just real creepy or they're acting like, how dare you draw this character this way?
See, I used to be that person. I used to get like really defensive, mostly of Lenny from Shark Tale when people would draw.
What? No.
Like people would draw Lenny with like a dolphin girlfriend or like I don't know, like or draw him gay with another character and I would just be like I used to be that person that would be like, "Stop, he's not gay. What are you doing?"
My poor boy.
I literally don't care anymore. In fact, I think it's kind of hot. I'm just going to say that right now.
Well, you've drawn him as a drag queen.
I know. I know I've yeah, become everything that I was against
We
in
all reached that point.
like 2012. But when it was real bad on DeviantArt, like when people were still using DeviantArt.
Can
Um
we just say DeviantArt itself is kind of toxic?
yeah, I mean it always kind of was even back in the day when I started on there. I used to be a reposter. When I first made my first account on there, it was a repost account. I didn't even post my own art because I was still learning how to do it. That was like 2007, I think. I was in middle school at the time,
Mm.
but I guess I never really understood what fandoms were until I got on DeviantArt because then I was like, okay, like this is a community of people that all like the same thing, but like they argue all the time. Is this what fandom is? But
See, I kind of had an idea of fans because I got into like anime and and using DeviantArt about the same time.
hmm
So that was just a flood of information that I learned all at once.
I think that's also how I technically found the furry fandom too, but I didn't know that that was a thing. Like I didn't know the furry fandom had its own community. I just saw the art and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. It's a anthro animal." But I didn't know it had a name, like, the whole
Yeah.
but yeah. So, besides like the furry fandom, I guess like what fandoms did you used to be a part of or like other I know some of the stuff that you like Kingdom Hearts and Sailor Moon and stuff, but do you have
Yeah.
any others that
Those
you
are two of my bigger ones. Uh, I will say I've, like, actually gotten into, like, FNAF stuff lately,
Yeah.
but I'm not like the cringy 12-year-olds.
I've
At
been
least I hope I'm not.
casually into FNAF since FNAF 2 came out, I think.
I think 2 or 3 is about when I got interested in it, but lately is about when I actually considered myself a part of the fandom.
Yeah.
Uh, I used to like Undertale, but then the fandom pushed me away, and I was like, "No."
Really? I don't know enough about it, honestly. I know
I
it's a game, but like
it it was just so interesting to me considering the different games out at the time
people are obsessed with Undertale.
and how some people are. It kinda left a sour taste in my mouth. I still like the game,
Mhm.
and I like the sequel,
Mhm.
not sequel of it. I don't really know if what it is. So,
People just
but
take stuff way too far. I
mhm.
mean, I know you could say that literally about any fandom, but I'm just like, I don't understand what makes people want to go that far.
I've had some interesting
Oh,
interactions just
same.
with some of the
Same.
art I've drawn lately.
Mm.
I don't know if I should say it here.
Well, we're past the 10-minute mark,
Okay,
so
I'm good.
okay.
If you don't
Go
like it,
ahead.
you can cut it out. Okay, so you know my favorite characters to draw from Security Breach.
Yes, you literally just got tattoos of them.
Exactly. So there was where someone uh in one of the groups I'm a part of had shared uh some good old spicy art of them. And someone who was I think like they were a minor but they weren't like 12. I think they were like a teenager or something. But they managed this was before the group had better precautions for finding 18 plus people.
Like the ID checking thing.
This was before it was done. Uh Someone was like, "Why would you draw characters that work in a daycare with penises? That's wrong, and that's supporting something that starts with a P that I'd rather not say."
Ha-
And
That
it's like, how? That's like saying male daycare workers in real life shouldn't have, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That and these are fictional characters, so
Yeah. I
people
I
like
don't
that
get
got
that.
kicked out of the group real quick, and those are the people I can't stand. Like, let people enjoy what they want to
I
enjoy.
just I just don't understand people that will join a group just to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like just to
cause
call out stuff and then leave or get kicked out. It's like
yeah,
you're
like
not going to
what
change people's minds by doing that.
if anything, they're going to draw more of it just to piss them off.
Exactly. Have you seen Twitter? Yeah.
Oh lord, I will never join Twitter.
I can only imagine the things that go on in the FNAF community. I mean, I've seen a little bit of it, like on TikTok and stuff, but I know it goes deeper.
Oh yeah. Which is why sometimes I'm scared to say I'm a part of the fandom
I'm
because people
very
think,
casual. Like I don't even play the games. There I said it. I've never played a FNAF game to its
well,
entirety.
I've I don't play them either. My husband, he's been playing Security Breach, but he enjoys it for the glitches.
Yeah, but like I don't I mean, I might have a couple Funko Pops and some pins, but I'm not like I don't obsess over what's happening in the community all the time.
Like I find it interesting the different things, but I wouldn't say I obsess.
I've literally met people. I know you're talking about like the Undertale fandom
Yeah.
earlier. I was gonna say that when I went to Saluki Con, like the first one, which it was
Mhm.
Eclipse Con then, but um me and Ree met somebody that was like Sans is my husband or something. I
I
don't
hate people like that.
She just like came up to us and was like telling us all about her fan character and like how she's married to this character and blah, blah. I don't even know. I zoned out within the first 10 seconds and was trying to get away from her.
Ugh,
Like just unsolicited too. Like I don't
ugh.
why are you talking to me right now? She was a minor also. I'm like, why are you talking to me?
Child,
Not that
go
I
go back home.
yeah, go back home, child. That's what I was thinking. I was like, where are your parents? Because Bree and I were just standing there, like, we got stuff to do. We're gonna leave now. And she just kept talking. Anyways, so do you have any like other fandoms that maybe I don't know about?
I used to be a part of the Hetalia Fandom.
See, I never got into that, but I always saw the art on DeviantArt and stuff.
Oh boy, the I will say I was probably one of those fans, but I wasn't going out preaching stuff to people.
Is it an anime?
It is.
Okay.
It started off as every episode is like I want to say like 10 minutes long.
Oh.
So it's just quick cuz it's based off of these real short comics.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I wondered if it was like a web comic or something.
Well, it was like a manga, but each instead of chapters, it was just a bunch of real short things.
Oh.
I still technically consider myself a part of the fandom, but I don't really I'm not active because I don't like any of the new stuff. I hate the new art style for it, and I hate the way it's gone. It to me just seems real bland and boring.
Yeah.
That and a lot of people who see people who are fans of it say that we're racist. So I'd rather not deal with those people.
I've seen people really obsessed with Homestuck.
Oh, that is a whole can of worms.
I've never read the web series or like I haven't
I
any knowledge of
tried to
that.
get into it,
I know it's
but
very vast.
it is very vast. And it I will admit it probably is really good from what I've heard about it, but when I tried to read it could not get into it at the time
Mhm.
because I have no attention span. That's why I mainly use TikTok.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I've just seen people do like cosplays of the characters still. I don't like I know that's
well,
what it's from,
luckily
but I
they've
don't
learned to
know.
use where you turn leggings into basically like for covering your skin instead of the gray paint.
Oh
So many
yeah.
cosplays ruined back then because they didn't know how to seal it.
Yeah.
Could you
Rubbing it
imagine,
everywhere.
like, you see someone cosplaying a Homestuck character you like, and usually at cons, people are like, "Oh," and you might hug or something, or you
And the
get, like,
paint
an arm
comes
around you
off.
for a photo. Could you imagine, like, if you're a Sailor Moon character, that's mostly white, and then you just get, like, gray all over you.
I wonder if people used acrylic.
Oh, they definitely. I heard a story of someone
Oh
who
my
used
god.
super glue to stick a horn to their head because they didn't want a visible headband.
Oh my god. Really? Come on.
Mhm. Mhm.
Get a black headband. You have a black wig on usually.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a whole rabbit hole. Uh, Another fandom I'm a part of is Lore Olympus.
I've never heard of that.
It's a webtoon
I
series,
think you
and
told me about it, but I can't remember. Like,
it's so good. It's a modern retelling of the different Greek stories, mostly
oh
revolving
yeah,
around Hades and Persephone.
yeah, I remember you did tell me about that.
It's so good. I need to finish getting caught up on it.
But there's like a whole fandom for it.
hmm
It's cool.
I've got the first book for it, which is like basically half of season 1 of it, and I got a plush blanket that they had at Hot Topic,
Nice.
and my husband hung it up in the window.
And we can't forget about the Twilight fandom.
Oh lord.
It's all like people in their 30s now that remember when the movies came out.
The dark times.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, would you say that the Twilight fandom's still going, or do you think it's like dead pretty much?
It's living dead, basically.
Yeah.
It's still there, but it's not like active.
Yeah, it's not
It's
nearly
just
what it
like
used to be.
festering and simmering about, waiting for its resurrection.
um, I guess I'll talk about mine now.
Go for it.
And when I talk about fandoms, I don't necessarily mean like the communities involved, but like cuz I don't really consider myself like involved in any fandom communities, but like I am a fan of that thing, I guess. Um so I've been getting back into the Scooby-Doo fandom recently. Um
Really?
yeah, I saw this recommendation on my YouTube that was for a fan made Scooby Doo, I guess a show, you could call it like, or a web show, I guess. So
Hmm.
it's not legit, it's all fan made, and it was funded on oh, what was it? It's not Kickstarter. It was some,
GoFundMe?
no, it was the other thing. There's like a third one.
I don't know of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Some kind of like crowdfunding site is how they were able to make it. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, like we got another. I thought it was legit at first. And I thought that like Warner Bros. Was trying to, you know,
Cash in again?
beat a dead horse again. Um, and I watched the episode in its entirety, and let me tell you, I am hooked for the next episode.
Really?
I'm ready. Yeah, it's actually really well made. It's really good. Um I think the thing that I like most about it, Scooby doesn't talk in this. He's just a Great Dane dog.
Really?
Yeah, but like
That's interesting.
he doesn't talk in it. But it
Huh.
it kind of works. I was very skeptical, but I was watching it, and it's basically like a more adult version of Scooby Doo. So like there's like drug references in it. There's like um I mean they're teenagers like in this series. Like they go to high school and they're like, you know, involved in things that high schoolers do. Um and
Whatever that is.
there's this one scene, I won't get really into it, but there's this one scene where Shaggy is actually like talking about recovering like as an addict, which
Hmm.
I found really interesting, and he's my favorite character in the series for some reason. Like, I don't know, it just seemed very realistic, and I liked what they did with his character.
It's the Scooby Doo we didn't ask for, but we needed.
Like, it's not kid friendly at all. Like they basically made Scooby Doo into like an adult mystery like series, like a horror series, and
hmm
I love it. It works. It really works for this. But they use the same villains and the same like characters from the old show, like in the movies and stuff. Like the Hex Girls are in it, and they have like
Oh, cool.
all the monsters and stuff. It's kind of like, the live action Scooby-Doo that they tried to make,
Mhm.
but better. It's better than that.
Hmm.
So, I don't know. Like if you're interested, give it a watch, but it's pretty good. I was blown away. Um so I've been getting back into Scooby-Doo. I've loved Scooby-Doo since I was like 8 years old, and I grew up watching it, and I love it. It got me into horror and scary stuff, spooky stuff, and like serial killer documentaries. I guess,
Just the normal stuff.
yeah. Is the horror community a fandom?
Would say it is.
Cuz I used to not be like really into horror movies, but since I've like became an adult, like I kind of have appreciation for it. Um
I think if you're interested, whether it's a certain genre of horror, they've got fandoms for that. And then there's like the whole, like, whether it's just one particular series of different horror movies, like
yeah,
how there's a bunch of paranormal activity ones, or just like slashers or,
it
things like that, or if you're just a horror fan.
it really started with Jaws. Jaws is one of my favorite horror movies,
See, I've never seen it.
and Child's Play. I really like all the Child's Play movies except for 4. We don't talk about that one. um I have a lot of like pins and shirts and stuff with different horror characters on it. Um,
I've never seen a horror movie.
well, next time I come over, I'll bring some of my favorites.
Mm,
Trying to think, like, what else? Oh, there was a time when I was really into the Alien fandom. So, like, the Alien movies have a huge
yeah.
fandom. It was actually on Tumblr. Like, there was a community of people on Tumblr, and we used to, like, have these like streaming parties where we would either like play the games or like watch the movies and like talk and interact and eat snacks, and it was a lot of fun. I used to be really into that when I was in college, but um I kind of fell out of it cuz people started getting less active.
Tumblr fandoms, that's a whole can of worms.
Yeah, it is. I'm not on Tumblr anymore, but I used to be.
That could practically be a whole episode of itself.
Yeah, it could honestly. Um I've always been a fan of Disney, but honestly, I've kind of taken a back seat with them because I'm pissed at them.
What
Um,
they do this time.
well, what they did to Johnny Depp over this whole
Oh,
case.
that.
I don't want to talk about that, but
Nah, just you said enough for it.
yeah, they're really just treating people poorly, and it's not just that. I mean, there have been other actors that have called them out for not paying them for stuff that they did, and it's a whole mess. But like
Yeah, I
also
guess. Hmm,
their movies these days like aren't like they used to be. I don't
I
understand.
think that's just us getting old.
No, I thought that, but there's been a drop in like quality of writing, I feel. Like they kind of just throw something together and they don't put as much thought into it. The animation's incredible. Like that's not the problem. It's the writing that's like really
Yeah,
lazy.
I get what you're saying. I guess that's where it makes me kind of a crappy person because I'm like, depending on what the stuff is going on, I'm just like, I like Disney movies, and I'm not gonna give it up because of this one or two things.
Yeah, I'm not giving it up. I just have a love-hate
I mean, there's people
relationship.
out there that do that.
Yeah. I'm more like Disney, like what are you doing? Like why are you doing this? Like stop.
Because I've seen where when stuff like that happens, even if it's something really minor, and a lot of people are, they just stop with whatever the thing is, and then good projects just failing
That's
because of it.
called canceling. We don't cancel people. Not on this channel.
No, not
um
unless it really needs it.
it depends on the situation, but yeah. I
I mean,
guess
I'll stir the shit pot.
I guess like a different I know the Lion King fandom is huge.
Yeah, I
Huge.
never really thought that there was a huge fandom for the Lion King till I got in the furry fandom.
Yeah, honestly, like a lot of it is intertwined with the furry fandom, but um
Disney made a lot of us furries, let's be
yeah,
honest.
that is facts, yeah. But I noticed that like the Goofy movie and Atlantis specifically have really been coming back. Like people are really getting into those.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that too.
Like making their own characters and doing like gender swap characters and all kinds of stuff.
Which is
Cosplays.
it's nice to see.
Yeah, especially for Atlantis because that movie did not do well when it first.
But it has such a big fandom.
I know. It's become like a cult classic now cuz like I
I
remember
feel
when it came out, people just did not care for it at all.
I feel like it's one of those cases of depending on how the marketing and stuff was and how it was advertised,
Disney
and
was
also with whatever was going on at the time too in the world.
Disney was
Uh,
trying something new with it and people weren't liking it, unfortunately.
because
But
it's kind of like how if people think like whether it's Disney or other movies when they're like, I don't like how this character is, or it doesn't fit the norm or something, and then it just does terrible at the theaters, but then it has a huge fucking fandom and cult following.
yeah. Well, and even like I would even bet that like I mean, you've seen Atlantis. It's not really a kids movie if you look at it.
It's one
Cuz
of my husband's favorite movies.
it's one of my favorite movies too. But like I guess people were upset when it came out because it wasn't the typical, you know,
Disney princess
s-
meets her Prince Charming.
yeah, like there's no singing in it. There's no, overly happy stuff going on. Like no joke, people literally die in the movie for
Hmm.
one thing. And then
And they
like
don't run away and get married at the end.
yeah, like it's not your typical like Disney princess story. It's very dark.
Hmm.
But that's why I love it cuz it's like it's more realistic. It's not, you know, super dumbed down for
It's
children.
not kid soup.
Right. It's an adventure movie, action, but it's animated, like 2D
Can we
animated.
bring back classic Disney animation?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Don't
Like,
even
it's
that
not
needs
like
to
it
be
has,
its own episode cuz I can get heated about that.
like, like, Princess and the Frog was the last one, and I love that movie, and I hate how much it gets forgotten.
I know.
It, okay, I don't even care, like, the whole first Black Princess, all this, that, whatever. It is a great movie. The music is amazing.
I know.
The visuals are beautiful in it. And then you go on to Tangled, which also a favorite of mine, but still, like it feels like there's just a little something lost in it.
And you know that Disney
And
has the money to do that.
oh yeah,
Like, I know their 2D movies don't make as much as their 3D ones, but like, do it for the fans, man. We've been asking for that for years now.
I mean, it's not like they can't do direct to, Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
yeah. Do it for the fans.
Yeah.
Get your
That'd be
crap
a good way.
together.
Disney, here's how to boost people to get onto your Disney Plus. Make some hand animated whatever, however you want to call that style of animation.
2D.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, see, calling it 2D just sounds weird because it sounds more flat.
Well, it is more flat. It's not 3D.
Well, I know, but still, you know what I'm gonna smack you. What is this, 2 days in a row now I've threatened to smack you?
Yeah, you're violent. Stop.
I am.
You need to calm down.
No.
I kind of got into the Marvel fandom a little bit. I'm not
I
like
started to and
super.
I quickly dropped out.
I'm not super into it, but I do like Venom, the Venom movies, and
What?
I've
No, I
seen
had no idea.
the Avengers movies too.
I like Ant-Man movie and Guardians of the Galaxy and
Honestly,
Venom.
I never saw those two, Ant-Man or Guardians of the Galaxy.
I couldn't get into the Iron Man movies.
I love
I
those. I
couldn't
have them on
really.
DVD.
The only Thor movie I think I've seen is Ragnarok.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
but it's different from the others from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's
Couldn't
like
care enough to watch a Hulk movie.
the
I've
humor
not
is way
watched any
different.
WandaVision, none of that.
I love WandaVision. It's one of my favorite
I
like
need to get back into
spin-offs.
watching Loki. I've only watched the first episode.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. Oh yeah, I guess like are there any like TV show fandoms that you like other than like Sailor Moon?
Well, I feel like Sailor Moon kind of falls under like anime fandoms.
Yeah.
Or if you're strictly manga person, then that. Uh, TV
I
shows.
love Beastars. I'm obsessed with Beastars still.
Is it? Aren't they only doing one more season?
Yes. Oh my god, yes. I'm so angry about it.
Uh,
They can fight me. It doesn't make me love it any less, though. I'm gonna have to buy the books and read the entire series now. But
that's something I've been planning on doing.
yeah,
Manga's gotten so expensive.
it is. It's like
Especially if it's
$180 for like 12 volumes or whatever.
like if it's got more mature stuff, even if it's just showing a little bit of boobs, but once you get even more mature, like with uh Monster Musume, Beastars, those get up to like $14.
That's a $20 tit right there.
Those are some expensive titties. I wouldn't really consider myself a part of the fandom, but I do like King of the Hill.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Pokemon. I love
yeah,
Pokemon.
Pokemon, the Lilo and Stitch series.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that.
It's a little hard to rewatch because it is more childish than I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one a lot of people forget, the Beetlejuice cartoon series.
See, I've seen Beetlejuice the movie, but I've never seen the series.
Ah, you gotta come stay the night sometime when you're back up here, and I've got the complete series.
Nice.
I've really been getting into Bewitched and I Dream a Genie.
Oh, I thought of some more that you like too. Corpse Bride and Nightmare Before Christmas.
I feel like that just falls under like Tim Burton.
Yeah, so the Tim
Um,
Burton fandom, basically.
I if I was about to die and I had one wish, I'd probably wish to get to meet him.
Yeah, he seems cool.
I mean, that's like my go-to thing. If someone asks if I can meet any celebrity, it's usually him.
I want to meet Markiplier someday.
That'd be so awesome.
Unfortunately, I heard that PAX South got canceled permanently. They're never bringing it back.
Really?
Yeah, I don't I guess they lost too much money from the pandemic, so they can't have it anymore.
Well, if they ever do have it again,
So if he ever goes to, I guess, one of the other PAX conventions, maybe. Or
But he never
VidCon.
really announces it that much.
Yeah, I know. I think he does that on purpose, though, so people don't flood.
Because he knows how some of his fans could be.
Yeah.
Because the ones who are just like, I guess you could say normal fans like us, are more respectful.
Yeah. Like,
Whereas you get
I
the
understand.
ones, because I've heard how he's had people who were sending like death threats and stuff to his girlfriend.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the man alone.
I know. Like, you can be a fan of his content and stuff. Hell, you can
And
have a
not want
crush
to
on him
kill
on you,
Amy.
but still, yeah,
I think he went to VidCon a few years ago, which is in California.
yeah.
Um, I think he lives in California now.
I think so.
But see, I don't know if I'd want to go to VidCon because like that's where all the YouTubers go. So
There's only
you
a
know there's
few YouTubers I would want to see,
but you know
but
there's gonna be like crazy people there, like obsessed fans and stuff,
that you know that there's gonna be the people who buy a ticket just to preach at how bad YouTubers are and stuff.
and waste everyone's time. Yeah.
I mean, because at some anime conventions, there's people like from churches and stuff that will stand outside and yell at cosplayers and stuff for worshiping a false god.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that one. That's a new one.
Mm-hmm. It usually happens at the real big ones, but
Mhm.
there's been more security and stuff to where they're not allowed anywhere near the actual cosplay area. But sadly, some people, depending on where they're staying, when they walk up to the con, they have to walk past those people.
I have a story about a fandom that I've kind of fallen out of now. I mean, I still like it, but I'm not nearly as into it as I used to be. I used to be really into the Beyblade fandom.
Really?
Yeah, like I still collect Beyblades, not nearly as much as I used to, but I used to collect like vintage ones, and I found a community online that actually had tournaments and stuff that you could go
Oh, that's
to.
so cool.
It is like they're literally the only people on the planet that do them, other than like Japan, because like it's still really popular in Japan. But I guess like I don't know, it's kind of turned into mostly children on the site, so like I kind of left.
Yeah.
And I know that's the thing, like Beyblades technically are a kid's toy, but like I have fond memories of it, and I used to be, really into it.
That's
But
the thing. Whenever you're interested in anything from like your childhood still, you've always got like those kids.
yeah, I think
Like,
that's also turned me off of the furry fandom too in some cases because there's just so many kids in it now.
oh, a TV series fandom I guess I'd consider myself a part of is Doctor Who.
Really?
I have not seen the classic.
I think Ree is also in that fandom too.
I've not seen all of Jodie Whittaker, I believe is her name. And I've not seen anything for the newest stuff if it's been released yet.
I have no
'Cause-
knowledge
But
of
it's
Doctor
really
Who.
good.
They had a TARDIS at um SalukiCon.
I remember that.
Yeah, Ree got pictures with it or in it, I guess.
Nice. I used to have a TARDIS dress.
Cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else for me.
Uh, the Studio Ghibli movies.
Yeah, I do like those a lot. I've only ever seen Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, and Ponyo. I've never seen. I
Let's
don't.
see, I've
There's a
got
couple I haven't
good.
seen.
I've got a lot of them. You'll just have to come stay here for a week, and we can just binge watch a bunch of series and stuff.
I guess I'm kind of in the Naruto fandom.
Hmm.
I love Naruto. I have since it came out like on the anime came out on Cartoon Network like a long time ago. I think it was like 2006 or something.
Making me feel old.
I know.
Thanks.
One of my friends got me into Naruto because she was really into it, and Haku and Kisame are my favorite characters.
I
Eh,
think the anime that I'm mostly into is uh Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Never seen that.
It is really good.
It sounds kinky. Is it kinky?
A little here and there, but not
I knew
it's
it.
not like the main thing in it.
Okay.
I mean, this drunk woman saves a dragon just thinking this is all one big drunk dream, and the dragon transforms into like a maid girl and it's like, I dedicate my life to you. Marry me.
Only in
Yeah, no, I'm
anime.
not marrying you. Like,
Only in anime would that ever happen.
and now the woman has a house full of dragons,
Oh.
and I love it. That and Monster Musume. I
There's
really like
some
that
really
one.
weird anime.
Well,
Like,
Monster Musume is basically just fan service with monster girls.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really think of anything else. I guess, okay, so I really like mobster movies, and
Hmm.
anybody that knows me personally knows that. Like, I watch mob movies, like The Godfather, and I like The Sopranos and all that stuff. It's so freaking hard to find people in in that fandom that is not over the age of 40, because it's usually old men that like it, and I can never find anybody my age or gender that likes it. Except like one person on Instagram I'm friends with. We always
It's
joke
about how
about
it goes.
we always joke about the characters, but I'm like, why? Like, I just want somebody to care about it as much as I do. That's like my age, I guess. It's
You're asking too much.
well, cause like, for example, the Sopranos fandom, like, my boss likes it at work, but she's like 50. So like, I mean, we talk about it like fan to fan, but I'm just like, I wish you were like younger. We could like hang out. Um, but when the show The Sopranos came out, and even when The Godfather came out, I was either non-existent or very young, like too young to be watching that, basically. So everybody that remembers it is like 60 years old.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, I like it too. And they're like, nah, you're a baby. You don't know anything.
you're just a child.
You're a mere child. I'm just like, no, but I like mobster movies too. That's been one of my biggest struggles with fandoms. Like that one specifically, I can never find anybody that likes mob movies because nobody watches them with me. Like, I had to beg my sister to watch The Godfather with me because nobody else would.
See, that brings up a thing that I thought of. A lot of fandoms have gotten really bad about gatekeeping.
Yeah, that is true. I've noticed that.
Like, okay, so what if this person hasn't played say every single Kingdom Hearts game. What's the big deal? They can still enjoy it.
Yeah, like I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, but I like the characters and I like the aesthetic of the game.
Yeah. Like I said, like if you wanted to call yourself a fan of Kingdom Hearts, never played a game, but you have a slight knowledge of it and you're a fan of the design stuff, to me that counts.
Yeah, I hate it when people are like, "Oh, you can't that you're not a real fan."
And then they like pull like really obscure trivia that not even most fans know out of their ass and they're like, well, who was this person's second cousin in this game?
I think that's kind of what puts me off of like the anime fandom because I feel like you have to know things about different anime to really like I've
See,
seen
that's
I've
where I
seen
just tell people to
people
suck my dick.
I've seen people make fun of quote unquote you're not a real fan because they don't know something about an anime. It's really stupid.
Plot twist, people. People can enjoy things without knowing every little goddamn detail there is out there.
Yeah, like it's not a competition to see who can like it more.
Like, I'm a big fan of the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Never seen
but
it.
there's that's another one you gotta watch.
Add it to the list.
I love this movie, and there's so many people who are like, but you don't know all the info about this character and this stuff about 'em and why this happens when they do this. It's like, okay, but look at the giant hammer she has. Look at that shit.
It happens in like every fandom, I feel. Like there's gatekeeping everywhere.
And some of them, whether it's how the people act or the gatekeeping, that's what gives so many fandoms bad names, like Undertale.
Even the furry fandom has gatekeeping.
How can you gatekeep liking anthropomorphic animals? I don't
People
understand that.
find a way.
But I don't understand that. Like,
Well,
that's literally what being a furry is. It's just, I like anthropomorphic animals. Congratulations, you're a furry.
I've seen people gatekeep, children that don't have a fursuit. Like, oh, you can't be at a con if you don't have a fursuit. I've literally heard people say that. I'm like,
What the
fuck
fuck?
off.
Most furries don't own a fursuit.
Yeah, like that incident that happened a couple years ago where this girl showed up wearing a maskimol and everybody was making fun of her.
Like,
It's
yeah, I
that it's
vaguely.
that kind of shit that goes on. Like that makes zero sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I hate maskimals, but I hate them because a corporate operation made them,
But
not
also,
children that wear them because they want to
yeah,
fit
if
in.
it's a, like, okay, say it's a con where, people, under 16 are welcome, you know,
Yeah.
it is the dumbest thing to buy a fursuit for a child because they're going to grow out of it. And then that's thousands of dollars possibly down the drain.
I've
But if
seen
the
it
kid
happen
wants,
though. Like
yeah,
people will do that.
it's one thing like, okay, you buy him a tail, maybe some hand paws. That I'm more okay with.
Not like a full suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, if they buy, like, those Maskimals, like, I've seen where some people have customized them and they actually look kind of cool.
Yeah, like people do refurbishments. Even like the dino masks. Like people were
Yeah.
making fun of other people for wearing and customizing their own dino masks. I'm like, leave them alone.
Because guess what? The people doing that could be the next big, you know, fursuit maker. You gotta
Yeah,
start somewhere.
you do. Yeah. Anyway, this episode's getting way too long. We're getting into it.
I'm getting salty.
Yeah. Um
I would have thought a topic like fandoms would get me so salty.
because there's so much shit that goes on in fandoms. That's why. Like,
And I thought we'd be
there's,
talking about all the happy stuff.
well, for the most part, we did.
Eh,
50
maybe you.
50.
We'll go
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. I've never understood people that gatekeep any fandom. Cause, like,
People who just gatekeep in general.
yeah, if it's like, if the person that they're, I guess, this wouldn't even be gatekeeping, but like, if the person that they're gatekeeping is like problematic or like, you know, doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, then I understand kicking them out of the fandom, but like, other than that,
But technically, that's not really gatekeeping. That's just. I don't know what the right word would be.
I don't know either.
I feel like my favorite example of gatekeeping was a Viva La Dirt League video, and it was just really funny how they made fun of someone who was gatekeeping, but then they were completely wrong about something.
Safety precaution. Maybe that's what we could use for that. Instead of gatekeeping, like kicking out problematic people.
Something.
Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know down in the comments below what fandoms you're involved in, other than the furry fandom, I'm assuming. But, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.